I'm good. I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. We're recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of All in the Delivery, episode number 71. And Happy New Year to all of our listeners and everybody here. So let's go around the table real quick, guys. You know him, my co-host down in West by God, Virginia.
Fuck.
Luke, how is it going, buddy?
Well, dude, it's funny because right before we hopped on, man, as we record this evening, I got slammed today. And this is, brand new episodes right out of the gate. So we are past peak season. Happy New Year, everybody. And I had more stops today than I had all peak. So the funny thing is that I told you my route's close to the building. So I just said right before we came on, during Christmas time, I'm light, not heavy. I'm just having people show up asking for stops, saying they're just sending them, like, just getting help, not even asking for it. My God, it's a plethora. And then now, just a short time later, I'm just sending a message. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna come in and dump my stuff off, and they're like, okay. It's like, yeah, all right. It's like, I had like 40 left. I was like, okay, it's gonna be a long one. But
meanwhile, you're seeing everybody leaving in their personal cars.
Oh, dude, I showed up at probably 5-ish, and there was like 4 people that were pulling in. They're like, "You done?" I was like, "That's cute." No, but the only thing I will say real quick, that when you're close like that, at least at this point, because 9-5 isn't a thing or any, for the moment. Just like I can they let me just, because they, it's easier than meeting somebody an hour later and trying to meet up. So that's nice to have some freedom. There's a lot of cons to being close to the building. The only one I'll name to not make it go any further is if there's a truck about to break down, it's probably going to you. And
yeah,
that's
sure. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm glad you powered through it, bud. It's good to see you. It's good to be back doing this here.
It is.
Let's continue going around the table to the GOAT of the podcast, our producer, handling everything behind the scenes, Nate. Nate, how are you, buddy?
What's going on, guys? Doing all right, man.
Love that podcast voice.
I hadn't heard that voice in a long time because Nate was helpered up, and that one time he didn't give a fuck. He just was talking with that, and that made me kind of laugh because I thought, I didn't even. I'm just going to guess. You can say if I'm right or wrong, but if it was somebody younger, they were probably on their phone anyway, so they wouldn't even have fucking noticed.
Yeah, no, he definitely was.
No, your helper had a new phone, you said, right?
See, that's what I mean.
He was out there taking pictures and shit.
Yeah, one of my helpers was, yeah.
Because I had to use a helper for 2 days, because when I tweaked my back that first day back going to spar and shit, and the kid was not bad, but he was 18, and he was literally in his fucking phone non-stop. Like, it blows my mind. Like, I was like, good God, man. And I thought me being like, with doing this, stuff for the podcast and being like, fuck, I always think like I'm on my phone way too much, and then it's like I see the next generation, and I was like, good Lord, like it's something, it's something, but
fucking crazy.
Oh man, it's wild.
It is. Nate, it's good to see you, buddy. Good to hear you,
brother.
Likewise.
Also, continuing going around, they're getting ready to go back on the road. Guys, give it up for the Rolling Rogans. Joe and Amy, how are you guys?
Hey, what's up? Happy New Year.
It's been so long, I completely forgot we were going to be on here.
Yeah. We forgot how to do this.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Happy New Year back. It's like riding a bike. Kind of.
Right.
And
Virtual
Joe was
bike.
a helper for a whole week.
Success.
Great success. That's awesome. And you guys are getting ready to head back out?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Heading out to California for 3 months.
Thursday morning, we will be on the road. That's, yeah.
No, if you guys want to get together with the Rolling Rogans, you can hit them up at Rolling Rogans.
Yes. Yes. Dave mentioned
We
a
will
couple
swing by and
ideas,
say
so
hi.
we will work on that.
I also want to make, excuse me, I want to make sure to get it verified because I had said this. I don't know. I'd said this to Joe multiple times, rather being on recordings or just talking on the phone or just in Zoom, that him quitting was 2010.
Mhm.
Yep.
From 2010 being from then seeing what it is now, because I've said multiple times that I was like, you could step in, I'm telling you, you would be better than a lot of people. And I'm like you said, it's not the driver's fault. They're nothing like that. They're brought in like that. But you saw what I was talking about firsthand of how it is now compared to how it was when you were done.
Yes, I
Whole
did.
different ball game.
It's like, let me just jump in the driver's seat and just take this over, you know. But
dude,
it definitely changed.
How many stops did you have?
Well, yeah, like they had like 100 and maybe 30 stops or something like that.
And they needed you as a helper.
They need me as a helper.
Dude, that's what I mean. Like from 2010 to now 2022, it may as well be 35 years. The way it seems to be how delivery is. It's almost as like it was like we were just past maps and
No, dude.
And then people got phones and smartphones. I thought I was like, damn, everybody was like, oh, it makes it fuck. We got
everybody now has power steering, automatics, and key fobs just with a push start button and the bulkhead door opens.
Oh my God. See, that's what I mean. Yeah. You didn't.
I probably have carpal tunnel syndrome from the key turning all those years. You know, it's like the key on the pinky and everything. But no, now it's just the driver. The driver's the key. So,
well, he was out of practice because he had blisters on his feet after just 1 week.
I did. My poor soft baby feet. Yeah.
Oh man, that's. I mean. Yeah, he'd been out of the game for a while. The walking,
11 years.
The delivery.
Yeah, I definitely made new muscle mass from that. Like the first day, I tore my ankle muscles, my tendons, and everything. So it was a good hurt. But like that definitely just shows like how much I'm out of it, and I pushed through it. We did pretty good. Helped him. He's great driver. Just glad to be there to deliver greatness and help people get back to their most important stop, home.
Yeah. Shout out to Dominic.
Yeah,
he
definitely.
was a good driver.
Shout out to Dominic. Yep. Call him Dom. He's out of Odessa, Florida.
/Brooksville.
Because they're building a new hub out there in Odessa, and they're combining all the hubs. So yeah.
I think next year you decided to go with one of our listeners.
Yes. So listeners on now and also new listeners in the future, there's that possibility of swiping me up. I just think that's a lot easier because going through
by yourself
the system and getting onboarding was ridiculous and painful. And it definitely had supervisors intervening in that. And I just prefer to go to the driver just to, just get it done.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
So,
Directly
well, it's good to
the
see you
source.
guys. Good to hear you guys.
it's a
Yeah,
pleasure.
good to be back.
Good to see you guys. Good to hear
Absolutely.
you. And
Glad you
we're
made it
there for
through.
you. Yep. 2022. Here we come for
There's
all
a
in the delivery,
2022,
right?
boys and girls.
20.
Yeah.
I love it. 2020. And to say, I keep seeing the thing where it's just this-
2022.
Two. Yeah. Well, TOO. I fucking
2022. Yeah, but yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Oh,
It's awesome to be
shit.
back here with
I'm
everybody.
sorry. I just had to bring that up. It's happy.
Nah, I shared that meme too, so it's fine.
Oh, was that you too? Fuck, I saw it a lot
Probably.
because it's so true. It's because it's.
It was that.
There's
It
nothing.
was
There's
that
not a
picture
true
of
meme
Ben
for it.
Affleck when he was smoking a cigarette, and he's like all like,
Yeah.
and all that.
Dude.
It was that picture, and above it is like when you realize 2022 is pronounced 2022. You're like, fuck, here we go again,
And
and it's trending that way.
I mean,
So terrible.
so the way that 2021 ended, so I kind of saw. I said we would put this, or well, we had a couple tributes to say, so I guess we could go in order because they both happened. One of them at the very, very end of 2021, and the other one at about, I think, December 28th, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So John Madden had passed away. And for anybody that was, I mean, he goes back generations and generations. There's people like my dad's age and your dad's age that remember him as when he was the coach. And then, our generation saw him as Madden from the video game and a broadcaster. And, but I think he retired. I don't know this. I want to say it was like 2009 or 2010. I really don't know that. That's a shot in the dark because I know he did it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, he started that in the 80s, and to go that long, I mean, he was an icon. Video game wise, I don't even think they haven't used him for the cover for years.
Yeah.
But kids even a few years older than
I mean, I still remember growing up and then playing the Madden games, and it was Madden that was on the cover.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've always wondered, like, what the fuck. I've that could be something to Google. How much money he made from the Madden franchise, because
I can imagine.
Stranglehold, good for him. But yeah, that one hurt a lot of, diehard fans to casual fans.
Mm-hmm.
John Madden was one of those people that was just around for, seemed like, it was forever, a really long time. And they literally did a fucking documentary. They released it on Christmas. And he was obviously alive for that.
Yeah.
Because they did it. But they literally, I was like, what the fuck is that, dude? They just released this shit. And there's something else with the next person we're going to talk about, which I guess we may as well.
1 second, though. So did you know that John Madden never flew? Did you know that when he would travel, he would rent an RV and travel?
Yeah, he traveled by bus. I didn't know a lot about the Madden bus until later, but I knew as a kid, yeah, he fucking hated flying. He was claustrophobic and shit. So yeah, I mean, it's so funny.
And so real quick too, because like there was a rumor. So there was a rumor that I guess there's one rule that I guess Madden had for his bus. And that was no one is to take a shit in the bus. Not even one person. Nobody's allowed to shit on Madden's bus. So there was a rumor that was going around that Wayne Gretzky one time took a shit on John Madden's bus. And like I mean, when you think about like legendary sports players, obviously Wayne Gretzky is the one of hockey. So it's like,
Yeah,
no,
he's the
would
guy.
John Madden really be mad if Wayne Gretzky took a shit on his bus? But I don't know if it's true or not. Supposedly it's not, but there's a rumor that was going around that saying that it was. But
I mean,
I just found that interesting. He never flew.
I can say, well, he did fly some when he had to. Like when he coached, he had to fly
Sure.
then, but he didn't once he was done, he was done. Like he didn't fly for fucking, I mean, I feel like that was like from like the late 70s. But I just wanted to say, like I literally stopped myself from saying it because the thought popped in my head because I was going to give the stat about, it's so much traveling by road is so much more dangerous than flying, yada yada. But as I've said in the past episodes, or whichever one that was, I might have brought it up multiple times. But when on the way to my honeymoon, when that plane dipped, I mean, that didn't eliminate my fear of flying completely. I mean, I flew back. I'm not afraid to fly, but I'm just saying, from that, I get it. Like I was about to throw that stat out there, but I can remember for that fucking few seconds, it's like, oh shit, this is it. Like, cause that if that happens, you're not, there's no coming back from that.
Fuck. And right here, thanks to the Rogans, just sent me Madden, who died Tuesday, helped bring to life a series of football video games that has generated $7 billion in revenue since 1988.
Damn, was it 88 when it started? Fuck, I knew it was.
Yeah.
It was far back as I could remember.
80s, yeah.
And that's about when I.
Thank you.
About when I could remember.
Thank you for this,
wow,
Rogans.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. And like you said, the second one, we lost another icon in 2021.
To say in a crazy ass way, is huge. Like this is how devastating and how big of a kick in the balls. Now we got some good news to tell you, or I got some good news to tell you, at least here shortly. But the biggest kick in the balls 2021 can give us, because you're thinking, you all know I'm a bet proposition guy, so to speak. John Madden died December 28th. If you would have told me that there was going to be a bigger icon than John Madden die before 2021 was over, I would have been like, no fucking way. And probably in my mind, I would have probably Betty White is one of the few.
Yeah.
And I was going to sing when you asked me how I was doing, I was going to sing the Golden Girls intro. I swear to God I was, but I was like,
my God.
That'll just be.
Let's cut this out and retake. All right, start over. Here we go. Welcome everybody to the. I'm just kidding.
I'll sing it on the outro. Just remind me. But yeah, man, dude, and I mean, to fucking say, I was going to ask. I was going to say mine. I don't know if you have one specifically you remember, but I used to. The Dick Van Dyke Show. So I had it was weird when I was a kid. Well, it wasn't weird. I was a kid. I had a crush. I used to watch Nick at Night all the time and shit. I mean, Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke episodes in the 60s. She was fine. To this day, you see Mary Tyler Moore. She was fine. As a kid, I was like, I don't know. It wasn't like I wasn't saying I was wanting to bang Mary Tyler Moore because I was a kid, but I don't know what it was. I could tell I had a crush on her. I was young, man, but so when I watched the Mary Tyler Moore show that that was with Ed Asner, and Betty White was on that. And that's where I saw Betty White. She was like the happy homemaker, I think was her role. And that was, I was probably like fucking, I don't know, like 7 or 8. I don't know. I was young. And that was my first time that I can, that steel trap memory. I don't know if you got a specific time that you can think of with it.
No. Pass.
Not even the Ryan Reynolds video.
I mean, that was some funny stuff that they had.
I'll give you that one. I was gonna give you that one if you wanted to, because that was fucking epic. I never saw that until like just after this happened.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it sucks,
And this is what I was going to say before when we were talking about John Madden, but fucking People Magazine published the fucking Betty White's like 100-year-old fucking they published it already. It's already out.
Right.
And people were trying to blame the internet. I'm like, how can you not fucking blame People Magazine if you're going to blame anybody?
Yeah.
Damn, if you're going to jinx it. I don't know. Like, it's weird because everybody's so mind blown, because I can say with my own grandmother, I had these thoughts myself, like when it was like closing in. And, I can say in 2022, she's still doing well. And, but yeah, dude, it's fucking on New Year's Eve, like literally one of the best memes I saw with this. And it wasn't even like, it was funny, but not even like saying it in a way. Betty White would have laughed her ass off at it, but it said Betty White did her greatest gift to us. Like, she didn't want to, I forget exactly how it was worded, but it was like, if she would have died on New Year's Day, we would have just gave up already. We'd have been like, fuck this year, like it's done.
I saw that one.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Everybody would have been like, man, fuck this fucking year. I swear they would have. Oh, God.
It's true. And Luke, there's that thing called the circle of life, right? And as there's negatives that happened in the world like that, there's always positives as well. And with that said, for those of you that have not heard, just got to give a big, huge excitement and congratulations to you and the Mrs. Nomad that are expecting your first child. Yeah.
Well, thank
awesome,
you very
man.
much, brother. I appreciate that.
Brother.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I as we record this, we don't know what the gender is going to be. I mean, we're going to find out. We just we're not there yet, but the due date is in July, so we're going to have a summer baby.
Awesome.
Which I said I've told you before, I'm fucking stoked about, because I was never able to have, my birthday's in December, so as a kid, pool parties, none of that shit ever happened.
Bowling alley parties.
Yeah, like I can remember, I feel like there was one time. No, I don't see. No, this wasn't. Fuck no, this wasn't me. This must have been maybe one of my nieces or nephews, or maybe somebody in my family's kid. Like, I'm trying to think. It wasn't me, but there's a nice, it's a Hampton, I think. It's a Hampton Inn. It's right. They just built it right off the highway in Fairmont, and fucking indoor pool, man. Nice as shit. And I mean, like I said, this has been a few years back now, but I remember being in there and it was like cold as fuck. Like it was snowing outside. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, yeah, I was happy for him. I wasn't mad, but I was like, damn, they don't even know how good they have it now. It's like, shit, dude, you weren't having, like, I mean, I was trying to even think if there was a fucking, like, there was a spa that I could remember, but I don't remember any type of indoor pool. Nothing we could have resorted to like that. But yeah, we'll have a summer kid, and I'm
awesome, dude.
I'll keep you guys posted on if it is a boy or a girl.
Of course. Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, fucking
have baby Nomad running around. What?
Baby Nomad.
Baby Nomad.
Hopefully not following in their dad's footsteps. Hopefully we're not running around into a car like I did.
Near the middle of the street.
God, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, don't need
Anyways,
that.
let's
Yeah.
not talk about that.
No, don't be. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, we gotta give our shout outs here. Huge shout out to the Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We are working and talking about things that we could change here for the Patreons to give you guys more content, more stuff to keep you guys entertained with us besides what we do here. So guys, be on the lookout for that stuff. We will notify you too when we change stuff. Also website and merch. Guys, go check out deliveringgreatness.com. Also, if you'd like to be a Patreon subscriber, go to patreon.com/AITDpod. Both of those links will be in the description of this episode. Also, don't forget the socials as well, guys. And a huge shout out to the street team, Podpad Street Team. First episode back, guys. Give me a break. I got to get with it here. The Podpad Street Team. Also, some new news. We will be teaming up with Ashley from Haley Bug Creations for stickers, decals, and a lot more merchandise, hopefully in the future here. So we got all that great stuff coming for 2022. So huge shout out to everybody. Thank you guys so much. So, buddy, 2022. Here we are.
Dude, almost seems surreal.
Yeah.
And I wanted to clarify too, when I was saying that, I was meaning that it's like a drunken 21-year-old. That's what I was.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna make sure I clarify
that. Made me feel better. I got to change the subject now.
Oh yeah, no. I didn't mean that because I was like, oh man, Dave's thinking dark thoughts. No, I was.
I was like, I got to change.
I was meaning my, Doc Martens missing.
Thank you.
That was drunken me as an adult. Yeah, not what you were. So yeah, I just want to make sure.
But
I just want to make sure I clarify.
Dude,
we'll be very safe when.
Right,
sorry. Go ahead.
Dude, it was so funny because I know people don't know this. So Luke and I were talking the other day on the phone. Of course we were, and they were talking about different ways they can announce the baby being born and all that. And Luke had this idea. It was what if all of a sudden it showed the sonogram and he was like, fuck or something. It's I've got all these thoughts, and I was like, yeah, dude, that'd be cool. You do a video or something, and it shows the sonogram, and oh, dude, that would have been cool.
I got one of the best. I think it had to be on Barstool, that's page that I saw it on. One of the best it was a gender reveal gone awry, but it was it was harmless, nobody got hurt. Somebody could have for a second, but it's funny. So anyway, there was a young kid, probably 3-4 tops.
Must have been the first child, the firstborn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they're doing the gender. You may have seen this, I don't know, but
a couple times.
Okay, so they give her this, and it's a dart, like a lawn dart, and for her to pop this balloon, and she's not wanting to. The kid's not wanting to participate.
It's a big old balloon too.
Yeah, big one.
It's a big fucking balloon.
So
filled with confetti of the color, probably.
Yeah, right. And so the whatever it was, so that the mom tried to take the dart away from the daughter just to poke it. Daughter flips, screams. So pissed off. So the mom hands her back that lawn dart, and the fucking girl chucks it into the crowd. And her mom, her dad didn't even react. You can tell the mother definitely wears the pants. In that marriage. And she goes down to bitch at her daughter, and she let's go that balloon.
Whoop, straight up in the sky. Fucking thing flew away. Oh yeah.
And you just see it fly. Yeah, you just see it float in the abyss, dude. That was that. Yeah, that, I had. I can't tell you how many times I watched it. And
then you hear like everybody else in the background, like, oh no.
Yeah.
And then like the mother realized like what happened. She was like, oh.
And the comments were fucking gold.
Oh, dude. Like there's some people in this world in the comment section of videos that we just don't deserve in our lives.
Oh my God,
they are,
dude. I was like, somebody said something like like she needed to throw that lawn dart or something, give her dad a vasectomy or some shit. So, I mean, there was one like that, and then there was, the others like, oh man, you guys are bringing another one of those into the world. I mean, dude, they were harsh but hilarious. Like, dude. However, Barstool got a hold of that show. Yeah,
unreal.
Oh, dude. Yeah, there was so many. Oh my God. But yeah, that I just wanted, we got back on the subject, so
it's okay.
I just wanted to
good laugh. But but yeah, man, like we were saying, 2022, just like Joe and Amy mentioned earlier before when they first got on that, they're gonna try and pump out some content as they go along. I'm not sure if they mentioned that, if that was all fair, but they're gonna try and pump out some content as they're traveling on their road and all that stuff. And they're gonna be meeting with a couple of our past guests on there as well. And so hopefully we'll get some content up on the YouTube page for you guys, and you guys can check that out, because that's one of the coolest things for sure with this, with us doing the podcast. And we've heard it before from all, a few of the listeners and just other people that, the community that has been coming together around the podcast, and people drivers meeting other drivers that are close to them, and it's one of the coolest things I think about this. And 2022 is going to be good, and hopefully eventually Luke and I will actually get to meet in person. That'd be nice. And I mean, it may be planned for the 100th episode. We'll be hitting 100 episodes this year, and that may be in the works, where the 100th episode we will meet for the first time and actually record it live together in the same room. That would be
amazing.
Yeah, right. That'd be amazing.
Fuck yeah, it would.
That'd be sick, dude. 100 fucking episodes. What?
It doesn't even seem, dude. I mean, as we record this one, we got 29 to go. It's fucking.
It's a walk in a park.
It's crazy to think that when I remember we started, we released the first 3, and that seemed like that was like a big, like we did like 3, bam, bam, bam. There's all 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like thinking I remember like kind of being impressed with that shit. Damn, man, it's crazy to think that this is 71 and we're going to be at 100. That's fucking wild,
dude. It's so cool. It's so cool. And even at episode 71, like we're still growing as like we're adding the team members. Like I just said, we're going to be, getting with, we're going to be working with Ashley from Haley Bug Creations, and she's going to start working with us. It's going to be exciting, dude. A whole nother year here, and a whole nother year doing this with you guys, everybody listening, the Patreon supporters, all you guys. It's going to be fucking exciting. We got a lot of fun things that we've been talking about. So fucking hype, man.
Dude. And to get for one of those episodes, I got to mention it because I put it in. One of those episodes, I would like to bring on the famous Doug Beafor, a.k.a. Disgruntled Doug, because he officially, his last day was today. Woo. And I just want to say with because I put in the docs as a tribute episode, and I said this is one that I mean Doug's he's still with us. I don't mean it like John Madden and Betty White. There'd be a lot of people. If there's anybody in my center that hears that, they'd be they're laughing their ass off probably at that comment. But no, Doug, you're still kicking with us. But fucking, I rode with him. I was his helper for probably four Christmases, maybe 5, and I want to say 4 because I worked the 5.5 years. So I did 6 peaks before I was a driver. So I think it must have been, maybe it was 4. I don't know, whatever. Mm-hmm. And, I learned a lot from that guy, and I base a lot of the shit. I mean, obviously not, my Instagram crap, but I mean, the way from the actual job. And I base a lot of stuff the way, he's a good man. He's a good dude. And this is honestly by far the hardest one. A lot of people have been retired. I've been there. This will be 15 years this summer. And I've seen, that's the hardest one. I'm glad he can retire, but I hate to see him go. Cause I mean, he knows, we know a lot of each other's, stories of the past, and just, he's a good guy, and I wish him the best. But I want to get him on here because I don't fucking even think he has a clue. There's some guys that I work with. They're like, "Hey, I heard you talk about disgruntled Doug." So I know they listen, but I don't think he has a clue. But once I don't know, man. He may, I'm going to be pissed off if he comes on here and he's all just like, "Hey guys, what's up?" I'll be like, "What the fuck happened to you? What the fuck happened to your voice, dude?" Like,
I stopped working at, I stopped working. I'm good.
I'm like, "No, you motherfucker, you better snap back into it for fucking 45 minutes."
That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. So Doug
comes on like, "Hey."
Yeah, right. Nah, dude. He'll stay busy. He does a lot of shit. But Doug, shout out to you. God bless you. And happy retirement, man.
That's awesome, dude. Congratulations, disgruntled Doug, on your retirement. That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
And also, guys, last but not least, too, I know I mentioned this on the quick little story video that we posted on the podcast page last week. We're still trying to get Oscar. We're still trying. We see the messages you guys send us. All right. He's a hard dude to get a hold of.
I will say this, that we don't have anything set up yet, but it is in the works.
It's in the works.
So it's in the works.
And,
the initial meeting, it's in the works. We've at least got a step, and we're just trying to set a time.
Trying to take another step.
Yep. But we're getting there. But yeah, he his band No Resolve is doing extremely well on Spotify, and I'm sure other streaming platforms as well. Mm-hmm. And he's obviously not to go too much. Most of the people already know who he is because they're our listeners. A lot of them are messaging, said, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many I've gotten to, and we're like, you need to get this guy." I'm like, "I know, try."
I know. I was like, "I know, we know."
But but we
that's why we sent the pod signal out, bro.
It is in the works.
Fly again.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Oh man. But anyways. All right, dude. Hey. Let's end it at that for now. Dude, I'm so excited to get going again. The question of the week is gonna be flowing. We're gonna be pumping out episodes here. Hopefully we'll get Oscar on and also other guests as well for you guys. We are looking forward to 2022.
Yes, we fucking are.
Absolutely. Luke, buddy, it's good seeing you. Good talking to you, man.
You as well, brother. You as well.
And everybody, don't forget your most important stop. And whatever you do out there, continue delivering greatness. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is full. You're a pal and a confidant. Da, 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 da. That's all I got.